What is up, friends? How we doing? We're out here, MetaParty vibes, in Decentraland, day 2. Got some friends out here. We're on the roof, the second floor, hanging out with the fadeaway bunny. Got Billy T Coin, see JK47, Hugh Pow, Jim Cedric. We got Cyrus. We got Bucktown going buck wild out here. Contraband, OG Contraband. And appreciate OG Contraband watching the YouTube stream. Now this is day 2. I already had quite a few events today and have a few coming up. Have Lucid Dreams, a Gucci Toe coming up at 9 p.m. Eastern. What's up, Masca? Masca's been hanging out with us. We got Jim Cedric here. And just a bunch of friends just having a little hang up here. I love it. And vibing to some music I created with AI, and I like how Hugh Pow was digging it, and we have it on mix, on shuffle. Been playing around, just having too much fun with this new software and feeding Decentraland into it. Just a lot of fun, having a lot of fun with it. But yeah, here we are, the fadeaway bunny. If you're not in world, check out the stream if you can't make it in world. Here we go. Got JK dancing. Don't know what Kolorful's up to. Kolorful's up to something.
If you are in world, let the chat know that this Twitter space is going on as well. Maybe they don't know, so they can come and join and hang out. Let us know their highlights of the day, of the week, of everything that's been going on, wellness, whether it was virtual or IRL.
Yeah, I did drop it in the chat here, and I'm also feeding this into the build so they can catch it there as well. Try to be as inclusive as possible here. I see Decentraland. What's up, friends? How are we doing? Day 2. I know you've been cranking. Wasn't gonna put pressure on you to join if you wanted to join. Appreciate it though, as always. Hope you're doing well.
Hey, yeah, all good. Happy to be here. I was just finishing up the last stream with running it through StreamYard. I think that was casting over to your area as well. It's been been a lot of stuff going on. It's been awesome.
No, yeah, those have been great. Been great talks. A lot of different perspectives that I really hadn't thought about, but I've definitely was taking notes during these. Been great interviews and panels. Much needed conversations. And I see VJ Deliria in here. What's up, VJ Deliria? How you doing, friend?
VJ has been here since not even day 1, since pre-day 1. So we appreciate you so much because we know it gets really tiring. After a few days of grinding, and especially towards kind of the end of the week, everybody's looking for their weekend. And yeah, we appreciate anybody that just shows up. That's super awesome. To show up to Wellness Week means that you care about yourself in a lot of ways. And it's a good sign. So we appreciate everybody that's been showing up to these wellness chats and these yoga classes and meditations and talks about how important sleep is, because we all kind of grew up in this culture where we thought team no sleep was the only way to get successful. And then we realized some of the most successful people on this planet are so avid about sleeping. So, just little things like that I feel like as a society, we can kind of fix. We can do a little tweaks in our everyday lives. So yeah, to just be in the conversation, be in the know.
Yeah, doing the importance of sleep. Then I'm doing a late night chat with our friend Nainki, talking about her Land of Sleep with Fadeaway Bunny. Really like how she talks about insomnia and talking from experience with that. I think is going to be a really cool conversation, and been doing these importance of sleep guided meditations to just be a reminder. We're not these digital avatars as much as we may want to be. We got to take care of our physical health, and that ties into mental health as well as physical health. Sleep just has so many positive aspects that we're still learning about, and when you look in the research of sleep, it isn't that historical. I mean, really, we started to get really profound discoveries here, just the 1950s. So, and then I have the first book on sleep here, and it was like just written like a few years ago. I have to check the exact date on it, but it's like the first comprehensive book on sleep. So it's very new study that we're still learning the power of sleep. Then you watch a movie.
It makes you very sleepy when you're reading it.
It really, I mean, honestly, it is like the hardest book. You read it and it just talks about like the best sleep. Like I just want to be in the sleep that they're talking about. They're like, there's these different levels of REM sleep and NREM sleep, and you just get so deep into it. And my eyes are just like, I can't keep them open. You definitely can't read it in bed because you're just gonna knock out. But yeah, we had some really great events, and it was awesome to do the walkthrough with the artists and to hear from them. All of the builds really take on just this other level when you're going through it. We went through the Monkey and the Moon with Kanzi, and getting to go through all the steps, I think, was a really cool experience. And the meaning of like why they chose the animals that they did, why they chose a raccoon, why they chose a frog, and then you create the tea, and doing that together as a group, it was really cool. Yeah,
and I really hope that this wellness week brought in new people, because I feel like every kind of event in these virtual spaces brings in a different crowd. So it would be cool to kind of see more real life yoga teachers or wellness teachers, spiritual guys kind of thing, like get involved, so that maybe next year there's even more with it and more people involved. I would love to see that, and I would love for like someone to be like, my first experience in the metaverse or in the Decentraland was Wellness Week, because that would be really, really awesome. So that's kind of what I'm curious about, like once this is all over, just how many people join, how many new people, and how they felt about it as well. And if they ever want to come up in these chats, we always love to hear like first timer experiences.
and I definitely have. We were just talking to someone that was coming in for the first time, so it's really great, and talking with others, and they get this sense of calming, and it's not uh, like high pressured, and it's very welcoming space, and talking to others that outside of the space that haven't come in yet, but can understand like, oh, okay, this is a virtual space that you can go to and feel that level of comfort and to hear the sounds. And when you go into that, I'm kind of drawing a blank on where we were walking through, and he has all the visuals and they were crossing, and he was talking about the spatial audio and how he really spent a lot of time placing the speakers and how it was going to feel while you were walking around it. And when you go up the staircase, and it has like a different effect, like sound to it as you're going up, I thought was really cool, and just like that extra dimension that virtual reality can have. It's the sound, and I think that's what's really kind of blown me away about going into these builds. It's, yeah, you have the visual immersion, but you also have that oral immersion, and it really complements the visuals.
I have a feeling that's why people kind of have been hanging out in the mesmerizing meditations as well, because the sound is just relaxing, it's soothing, it feels really grand and just chill vibes. I love the Billy T coins avatar so much. I was like, spill the tea, please spill the tea. We needed it. We needed that in the space. You know, it's like sometimes you don't know what you need, but as soon as I saw that, I was like, yeah, we definitely needed that. Because honestly, what screams out wellness more than a good cup of tea? Like, I love my nighttime tea. I love just sitting in bed, just chilling with my little hot tea, honey, some lime, lemon. That is wellness to me. So yeah, we 1000% needed you here. Oh my god. But yeah, I see BJ's up here. How are you? I hope you've been enjoying the wellness week, and let us know if you did anything extra cool in these events.
Yeah, hi everyone. Hope everyone is having a great night. Yeah, I mean, I've been half and half. I've been preparing for this like gig tomorrow, so I think it's nice to have a space, in the metaverse for us to get together and like listen to great music. I think that just by hanging out, in these virtual spaces, it's sort of like gives you the fix of the social, social musical moment without having to leave your living room. I think that these spaces are very accessible, and I think that accessibility is part of the conversation around wellness and also health and all those topics. And I think it's interesting what you're bringing up, Kolor, about the onboarding and the statistics and things like that, because I think that this type of events or festivals, this type of activations are great for the space, not only for like the metaverse, but in general for, as a creative, as an artist, are great because it activates the builders, like going around and seeing all the different builds designed just for this week has been amazing. I always so surprised and just like really impressed by the technical skills within the DCL community. And I think that focusing that type of that type of energy and design into the wellness conversation, I think that's a great use of those human resources and the creative talents, because I think that the more that we open up conversation, whether it's in digital spaces or IRL, it all counts towards offering safe spaces for people to come to get along, to listen to great music, to go around and find wearables. I think that all the different things happening within these type of events are just great for the further community building, not only for DCL but in general, no, for everyone here in the space, trying to work together in new ways, in new forms. So I'm really happy with everything. I really enjoy going up to the top of the music tower, just because I'm really bad at parkour. Like, I always fall. It takes me a long time to get to the top. But reaching the top is dope. Also, I think I felt like I knock up like 30 times or more. I just kept persevering, so it was great going up there. I also love the meditations and just everything. You guys did a great job. Awesome for everyone coming together to do this. Thanks, everyone.
I'm also really bad at the metaverse parkour, so you are not alone. There's been so many times where I can't do it. but when you're able to do it, it's just that much more rewarding. I wish Meeples were in here. They were in here yesterday, but they had one kind of parkour thing for like the really colorful meeple, and it was like rainbows and smiley faces, and it was all really cute things, but I was getting so frustrated because I just kept falling. And then they were in the chat just like cheering me on the entire time, and I was like, no, I can't give up. I have to make it up there. And once I got up there and got my meeple, I was very happy. So yeah, I know the feeling very well. I have to go to that music tower. I haven't been to that one. I did do the artist walk this morning. That was like super early, like 9 a.m. Eastern to like 10 a.m. around there. So that was really cool. And yeah, doing the monkey and the moon one was really sick. I really enjoyed that. It was a bit of a mission, because you have to do a couple, 2-3 things, but it's so rewarding at the end. After you talk to the frog, then you go and talk to the raccoon, then you talk to the monkey, then you touch the moon, and then it tells you like all these really like all the text and everything, and like the storyline and everything was just so well thought out, and it really makes you think. And Tang was in here yesterday as well, talking about how like there's like a moment where it like kind of you have to sit there and meditate, and it like has a timer and everything. So it felt like really cool because I don't have that emote like the the little meditation one. So it was like my avatar immediately went into that mode, and it was like the timer was on. So it's like, you as the person having this experience can choose what to do with that time. You can meditate with your little avatar and wait, or just wait around. But either way, it's like you can't move or do anything. It's like that time is kind of like paused for that moment. So I do kind of wish that like more social media in general would do something like that, where it's like for this like minute and a half, just breathe for like a second, like stop scrolling, stop doing anything, just stop entirely. That'd be something that I did like in this, Wellness Week initiative, and something that I want to do for myself as well more. Set a little alarm, in the day. And I was reading that in a book too, about it, just kind of like setting an alarm for like 5 minutes. You could start with less than 5 minutes. You can start with maybe a minute, kind of how that one was. It was like 90 seconds. Start with like a minute first, where you do nothing. You just literally do nothing for 1 minute. And then you can like move up, as time goes on. I think that's a good practice to have.
You saying that, like, it just activated, or like it pushed the button of my memory of this project that I had like a while ago. It's probably like years ago, maybe like 10 years ago, which was like performance art. And it was about sending that message of stop, just stop and breathe. It was actually called Stop and Breathe. It's somewhere in YouTube, where I did time lapses. So for example, I did one in Times Square, where I set up my GoPro in like on one of the like a red light, or I think it was just like a sign. So I just set up my GoPro in a position where it can record me, and I look at the camera and I stay still. And so it's a time-lapse video. So, when it gets processed, you see all these people going around super fast, and I am the only, object that is still for over a period of time. So the idea behind these performances was to show an example of staying still against all the commotion and all the movements. And it was really interesting because over time, people began to interact with you. They started asking me, what am I doing? My name, like, what is all this about? But I just stood there and I didn't even look at them. I was just, in tree pose, which is like one of the most basic yoga poses. You just stay still and you root your feet onto the ground, and so I was breathing in and breathing out, and it was interesting that interaction with people. I did another one also in Chicago in when I think it's a tunnel, one of the famous tunnels with like lights around, and I thought it was really cool. So I was like, I had like 2 hours to kill that day, and so to like kill time, I was like, I'm gonna do one right here, right now. So again, I set up my GoPro on top of my carry-on, and I stood in front of the camera. Again, people, I feel like I almost felt like harassed, like they wanted to break my stare. They wanted to like stop what I was doing and like answer all their questions. But that was part of the performance to sort of like say no and really stay there for a while. I think the most that I lasted was probably like 40 minutes because I had to like go and do stuff. But I always thought those were really interesting. I only did like a few of them, and then I moved on with other things. But at that moment, that was exactly the message. It was stop and breathe, and it was like time lapses around different parts. I also did some in Mexico City.
I definitely would like to see that. That sounds really interesting because it is so accurate. Like it's kind of like a social experiment in a way.
I'm gonna find the links in the internet, and I'll send it over.
That is an awesome idea too. And I feel like you could do that in like different cities too, and then maybe like put a video together after. I think that'd be really cool. When you were saying that, I was getting like so many visuals, and I'm someone who loves taking time lapses. Like that's my thing. When I go somewhere, I like to set up like a time lapse, and like especially when you have good cloud movement or water movement. There's just something transformative about it. It's like I get to document a place that I'm at, and I also just like watching the time lapse as it's recording, and then afterwards of just watching the actual time lapse of it. So there's like, for me, it's like multiple levels of it, and it's very therapeutic and meditative in its own way, and that's kind of like definitely a different take on it. But I love that idea. That's a great one, BJ.
Thank you. That was actually the original idea, to like, go to different cities and do that. And I did that, but I just moved on with other things. It's funny that Color saying that automatically just brought that up into my mind.
Well, definitely keep going on that. That's a cool idea.
That's what's cool about these Twitter spaces, we kind of get to share ideas and remember things that maybe we haven't thought about in a while. I just pinned up a post from Toxic Waifu of all of us just hanging out on this rooftop. It's a vibe up here. If you haven't been up to the rooftop yet, definitely go check it out. The coordinates are in the tweet. It's at the Mesmerizing Meditation. Just take the little elevator, and it's a vibey, trippy little rooftop up here. Good vibes up here.
It really is. And, we were just kind of just sitting here today, and it was just awesome to see people just pop in and stay a while. It was like really cool. So appreciate everyone. And I really appreciate the DCL community showing out, and it's beautiful and it's great. And the shared experience and hearing everyone's experience of this and the vibes that they're feeling, I think it's very welcoming, and I think it's something that resonates with a lot of people, of giving them something more, to what we're doing here. It's for me, it's like something we felt, but now we're kind of really talking about it, and it gives a safe space to talk about it. And last night, I don't know if anyone was there for Henny Wubbs, but she really opened up in her set, and that was really powerful. Like, I have thought about that today, of what she was talking about, and the fact that she felt comfortable to share that in that setting, I think was really great. And that's someone who, again, is coming out of the Web3 space. Like, she's not even in crypto yet. Like, she doesn't even have crypto. So this is coming from someone that's out of this space, who's feeling this from Decentraland community, and just the support that she was given. I was taking screenshots of the chat and just all the, outpouring of love from everybody. And that's exactly what this is about. And being there and comforting each other and hearing each other out. Is it going to be perfect? No. Is everyone going to get along? No. But your vibe is going to attract your tribe here, and you will find that tribe here. And there's a lot of niches, and there's a lot of interest here. And we had a great chat last night with Kat, and we were talking about her bringing her art to virtual reality, and it being like an extension of what you're already doing, and how these virtual spaces can amplify that. And just speaking of, like, the roof that we're sitting on here, and seeing it and knowing that the fadeaway bunny would just fit so perfect in here, I was like, we got to get the fadeaway bunny. And just shout out Nike for putting that together. Again, I can't praise it enough. But again, it's that vibe, and you're finding that with others in the space, and literally meeting Nike through this space. And how many friends. And I think VJ, we go back so far, VJ Deliria, I can't remember where we first met. I know we've been in Spatial together. We've been in, I think, Mona. We've been in
Crypto Voxels.
We've been in many platforms. I don't know where we first met, but again, it is through the virtual space. And I try to, when I post about this, and I have found that this event has been really easy to post about to other people, and to people that I wouldn't expect them to be into virtual reality, but I could talk about this event. And it just, when I would have those conversations, it just like, oh, and I'm like, please just like check it out. Whatever videos that we put out afterwards, like, love it. I'm trying to get them in here one step at a time. We're dipping their toe in, but this has been just awesome. I know we had MetaBetties in here, and we're going to talk to MetaBetties more. They're doing a lot of IRL events, and we have some stuff planned of some hybrid, and that's really what I'm going to be focusing on for the rest of the year, is really hybrid events. I really want to do events that are IRL, but also simultaneously being streamed in the metaverse, because that has been also a powerful experience of getting people together physically and outside, because not everyone can be there. And I think having that virtual setting it adds a nice element. And when you can then broadcast the space, as we did too, and VJ Deliria was there. It was her headset, and I got to experience that, my space, in VR for the first time, and that kind of event, and was it's just powerful, because that really just, like, I love the gallery. It just takes on another feeling, and to have that be broadcast on the wall, and others, they don't have to be, on the computer or in it. They just see it, and I think it's a cool way for them to check it out.
I just want to say that I remember the first time I saw VJ Deliria in virtual reality, and it was at the Sovereign's, like, Trippy, like, mushroom spatial thing that she was doing, and there was a bunch of artists featured, and it was just like a cool experience. But I just remember there was like a couple of like music performances and all this stuff, and I just remember when it was like time for VJ Deliria's set, I was like, what? Like, I was like mind blown, just like the visuals and then the music. I was like, it was like nothing I had ever seen before. And ever since then, I was like, I just remembered that. I was like, it was kind of like hard to forget that. And I just remember VJ Deliria, and then I'd see your name like in other metaverses, and then I always remembered like those visuals, and I was just like, whoa, that's so cool. And then the fact that in person at that G Gallery and like seeing you do your thing IRL too, it was just really cool. Like you're awesome. That's all I'm gonna say.
Let's fucking go. Woo! Thank you. I honestly don't remember honestly where exactly I met you, Bleace, either. I just know that it definitely was in crypto boxes, probably because that was like early days. But I've also been in DCL since 2021, but I don't think I met you in DCL. I think it probably was in crypto voxels or in Twitter. Were you guys in Clubhouse? Were you guys into the Clubhouse 2021?
I wasn't. I missed that. I missed that boat. But I know a lot of people have met through there that are talking in Twitter Spaces. But yeah. So, okay, it was crypto voxels. That makes sense. No, that definitely makes sense. Crypto voxels.
Yeah, but then I get more here in Twitter, no? Like I feel like more so.
Twitter,
I feel like
and then the DCL Music Festival, I know, brought us together too. That was a really cool experience.
Yeah, man. Amazing. And here we are, 2024. Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
We all know 3 or 4 years in Web3 is like really 10 to 15 years IRL.
But I mean, what you guys are saying about like the IRL element, I think that's so important. I personally, I feel like in 2022, I feel like that was my year where I was the most in the metaverse. And I think that when it came down to 2023, one of my goals in 2023 was to get a mix of IRL and digital, persona and life and community, because I felt very disconnected to the local New York community. And I also know that, there's great artists out there that are not necessarily in the NFT, Web3, metaverse space. And I wanted to connect with, the local artist community. And so I started doing a little bit more of like interactions with musicians, DJs, artists. And I feel like it definitely paid off. Like, when you focus your energy into something, it will definitely come into fruition. And for me, like, for example, tomorrow's gig, it is a result of this effort and this intention that I have put out to connect with local artists, and also for tomorrow, some of the the visuals that I'm gonna be mixing, I'm gonna be minting as well. So this is like a new 2024 addition, to my 2023 journey, which is forming, continuing these connections IRL, but also injecting and bringing over NFT, Web3, metaverse culture into these live electronic experimental performances, because I feel like the crowd that comes to this type of events are also very open-minded. They're into the digital, experimental, avant-garde electronic music scene. And it's definitely a great energy that I'm feeling already in 2024. Is this like blending and mixing in the work that I've been putting in the digital space, but also before the digital space, I've been putting even more years of work in the IRL digital arts space. So being able to finally blend in these two sort of backgrounds into these like live video performances, that that also have NFTs in them. It's great. So definitely happy, definitely excited. I'm gonna be taking videos and pictures so that I can also share with the community over here.
Yeah, I'm gonna, try to take as many pictures and videos of, whenever I go to your events as well, and have them on my vlogs, or just, whoever gets to like watch on YouTube or whatever it may be, so that way that could live on, forever, as long as you keep that up. And yeah, it's like super, super awesome.
Let's go. And yeah, I threw up the tweet there. It's called Campus 3.0. They have a residency there already for the year. So they're doing it big. And yeah, they had no idea about they're getting into the metaverse and virtual reality space and stuff. And so I just think it'd be a cool element to whatever they're doing. They have like all these digital photo frames and stuff there. It's really cool. So yeah, just and speaking of this event, of like the yoga class that we went to, I just loved that, because the reason why I created the wearable that I created is that's what I like to do IRL. Like I like to print and design yoga clothes IRL, and I have those leggings already, and I have yoga mats that I've created and have created for years. I've been doing clothing for years, and that's what I really love to do. And it's not really to be like clothing like brand. I do it because I use it for video and stuff that I want to make, and that's something that like Kolorful wears or that I want to wear, and I can use it for something that I'm doing, because I write films and stuff too, and like film scripts, and I want everyone in there to be wearing Bleace clothing when they're in there. And so to be able to bring that into the virtual space has been really powerful for me. And seeing like the yoga shorts and the yoga leggings come to life, and I see Tank Poco, and has just been so helpful in helping me bring these to life, and just a lot of knowledge. Tank Poco has a lot of knowledge. This event in particular, huge learning curve for me, and just made me realize, like, just never stop learning and have that growth mindset. To just anybody. I know they were talking about it earlier in the space, of what they would say to someone. It was a great question by Bay of what you would say to someone new who's coming in to do this. And I like the answer, and I just want to just echo that too, of just growth mindset, and to be patient with yourself, and to be kind to yourself, like you're trying something new. And also reach out to the community. Don't be afraid. Hop in the Discord. Don't be afraid to ask, because there are helpful people in the community. We've all been there, and they will be helpful. And there's a lot of people who pay it forward. And I hope to be that once I learn more. And I've been learning the past couple of years, and it's been really great. And I just I'm very grateful for this opportunity, and I'm trying to make the most of it. And I'm sorry, VJ Deliria, in that I can't come to your set tomorrow because it falls on Wellness Week, and I'm so sorry. I would love to. I put up the tweet at the top. Anybody can make it, and anyone in NYC, and anyone in NYC, hit us up, because we're in NYC. We're getting out there more in 2024. That is one of my goals, is being in more IRL galleries and connecting more, and realizing that we're in the city, and if we're here, we're going to make the most of it. We've been getting out there more, but I'm really making that a staple every week to get out. And that's why I'm also a little frustrated that I can't make it again. I know we're doing something Saturday. I do want to do another Lion's Milk meetup, because again, digital photo frames coming into effect with Lion's Milk, and they're featuring an artist that I collected on Tezos, an Iranian artist. Shout out Beta. Much love to Beta, an old friend in this space, is getting featured there for a month with a bunch of other artists. I think it's Hug XYZ is putting that on. And just shout out Lion's Milk, the first NFT-based coffee shop. We've done a couple meetups there. We've done hybrid meetups there. It was a great way to, again, show people the space, and it was it's just an awesome little coffee shop. And on weekends they don't allow you to be on laptops because they want you to be talking with others. They did make an exception so that we could stream, but it was cool. Yeah, shout out Lion's Milk. I know Kolorful can say a couple things on that, because she's a holder and she gets 25% off for life. Talk about utility.
Yeah, so I won a giveaway with Hug XYZ, which is another great initiative to just kind of get artists featured in different places that you normally wouldn't, think to see art. But I think that's the cool thing about art in general. You don't necessarily have to go to a gallery in order to see art. It's cool when it's just displayed at a coffee shop or at a wine bar, or some place that you might just go to hang out, and then you happen to see this artwork, especially when it's digital frames and it could be switched around. There could be moving art, all this stuff. So they were having a giveaway with Lion's Milk. I won a Caffeinated Lion, which is their project, and with that I was able to display my artwork. We had a whole meetup, and it was just like a fun, chill day. And then, yeah, every time I go there and I get coffee or pastries or all their yummy things they have, I do get a discount because of my Caffeinated Lion. So I can't be mad at discounted coffee. I can never be mad about that. So I definitely would love to do another meetup. And yeah, I am here doing the wellness week with Bleace. I'm supporting, but if I sneak away, Bleace, tomorrow to go see this VJ set, don't be upset. I might have to sneak away because I don't know if I'm gonna miss that. I'm just trying to get someone to go with me because I'm a little scared. My little IRL avatar is a little scared to go out alone.
I got you, girl. I got you a drink, and no worries. I'll hold your
Yes,
hand.
please. Help.
The betrayal right in front of me. Wow.
Well, one thing about me is I'm gonna sneak away.
Wow. All right. Well, I'm staying true to the event. You hear that, Decentraland?
Yeah,
I'm
you were like the
sacrificing.
main character. Like you were like the main person. I'm just a little ribbit. Like I just hop in and out. Like
Kolorful's
so I
been the cameraman.
appreciate that you're doing your job, and I commend you.
I don't know if you've checked this out, and I was able to feed Decentraland stream into this VJ software. I forgive me, if other people have been doing this for a while and I haven't known, but I've been having a lot of fun with this, doing a lot of different things with this feed. So I'm able to connect the one computer to the other computer, so it's a 2-computer setup, and it has been just so much fun, and has just taken my love for doing this just up a level. I've already loved doing this. If you follow the YouTube, I've got hours and hours of meta content. Got picked up by the Young Turks. I just want to just bring this up because this still does numbers, is the Metaverse Wedding. And it's just something that, again, is, and this event kind of brought me back to it. It's another event that people can understand, and they can see it and instantly know like what's going on here. And it's like, it's storytelling. They're like, okay, well, wedding, okay, in the metaverse. I thought the metaverse was just a game. It's like, no, there's more to this.
You did leave out a very important detail, though. Just sorry to interrupt.
What?
It was at Taco Bell.
Okay. Oh yeah. Key plot point. All right. Metaverse wedding.
That is
Taco
intriguing to people.
Well, still, all right. Metaverse wedding at Taco Bell. But it's Again, story. We're talking about story. Talking about practice? Yeah, we're talking about practice. And speaking of practice, we got Glitch Cat up here.
Yeah,
Speaking
you
of
bringing up
10,000
that
hours.
Taco Bell wedding in the metaverse. Yeah, I can't. I remember us literally like jumping into the cheese fountains and like dancing the night away and just like experiencing this whole wedding. And it really is like wholesome in the end, you know, because they really had like the visual cameras of like this couple really like doing this, you know, in the metaverse, and the dedication is there. So I commend them. But yeah, this wellness week has been really nice. Like it's been a real change of pace from the party like lifestyle of of DCL. Like I feel like it's always like bumping with like you know what I mean, like sets and events, but this has definitely been like the complete opposite of that. So I definitely appreciate you know, the time that everyone took. Like I said, the creators and builders have been out here. You guys really made this experience like really immersive and you know, really made us feel something. I really was like going around and just getting lost in those vibes. And Bleace, when he was like, you know, do this art chat, this wellness week, I was like, you know what, let's do it. So I definitely, you know, appreciate, you know, that. And I came through and we had a great talk last night. It was very calm, chill vibes in this trippy Bleace garden we have up here, where everything is on brand, even the clouds. Yeah, I just love sharing these moments with the DCL fam. Whenever I'm here, it really is good vibes. So I never have a bad word to say about the metaverse. I feel like I've always had really good moments of where I'm experiencing something or I'm seeing something different. And so yeah, that's where I feel like I've found a little place. You know, when I jump in here, it really is nice. So and that's because of you guys, because we're all just coming together and experiencing it together. So I know it's a little corny, but I'll let y'all.
And I feel the same way about, like, you know, I come in for the big events, and I used to definitely be more like of a daily person, but once my computer couldn't like really keep up with a lot of the new tech that was getting added, I felt kind of, I never really felt left out entirely, because I was always here with Bleace. He has a good computer, like he streams it and everything. So I was always kind of there in the background. But this week has kind of made me feel like included again, just using like a different computer and just chilling and hanging out with everybody. It's been really nice, because it does make you feel like included with everyone. So I love that. I love that so much. And I was thinking, like, not to bring it back to the Taco Bell wedding, but one of the things like I remember was like we were it was literally breathtaking when we were sitting there like waiting for this to happen, and there was a huge like elephant that just walked in with a groom like sitting on top of it, and we were all like, whoa, like like it was so cool. And I think that was kind of like what really like shook us to the core, because it was just like, oh my god, this is happening, like the groom is going in right now. And like, yeah, it was really cool. So there are definitely so many moments, and we have so many memories in the metaverse. It's insane. Me and Kat still haven't ever met in person, but we have so many meta memories. And I think that's just as cute. Like, I feel like, you know, how you look at old photo albums of, you know, your childhood, or just a lot of memories from school or whatever it may be. We have like all these meta memories. Like, we just have to make a little photo album of them.
Yeah, the founding mothers have definitely been on some meta adventures, and I'm here for it. I'm not mad. Definitely good memories I have, like across multiple metaverses too. So yeah, there's definitely a place here wherever you can find and fit in. Yeah, just come on in. Because yeah, people, again, like I said, are really welcoming. And yeah, I just feel like you're not really going to have a bad time. There's always something to really experience. So yeah, you guys have been such a blast. And when the whole like MetaParty vibes adventures really started, it really did. You know what I mean? It kind of like inspired me to like
think, like, you know what I mean, outside of like my own space, and like, yeah, come in and adventure in a virtual realm. And yeah, like I said, it doesn't disappoint when it really is so immersive, and you're seeing things and experiencing things, and you're even playing, you know, these games together. Yeah, it really is like you're you know, you're experiencing things, and that kind of deepens the connection. So through all those moments, yeah, we're all getting closer, and that's great. I love it.
Since Mozilla Hubs, y'all weren't there.
Y'all weren't there. Shenanigans.
I think Twitter Spaces and like since being here since Mozilla Hubs makes you more connected with anyone than if you just follow them on social media. Like there's no other connection that you're gonna make with someone simply on Twitter or like Instagram more than we have in these spaces and in these virtual spaces as well. Like it's honestly just like you're really hanging out with people, and you know, you're seeing their emotes waving at you or like dancing or whatever it may be. Like now more emotes have been added as the time has gone on, but you can see like people's personalities, and like what Bleace was kind of saying yesterday too about like how people from different communities that maybe don't get accepted in their own neighborhoods or wherever they live, they feel like they can be that in the meta. So you know what I mean, like their avatar can reflect how they truly feel inside. Some avatars are completely just doesn't, you know, might not reflect exactly who the person is. It's just for fun. But I do think that there are a lot of people that feel like they are that person, you know, they are that avatar on the inside, and that's how they reflect it, because on the outside it might not, you know, in real life it might not be the same way, and they can't express that. So I do think that's a really cool thing. I do think that personalizing our little avatars can truly be expressive in a way that we can't do that a lot of times in IRL. Unless you live in New York City, then, you know, go all out. And most people are just going to keep minding their own business.
All right, so I found that video, one of the videos I had posted for that series that I was telling you about. I just share it up here. And this one has music. For a period of time, I only did video art with Aphex Twin's songs. So this is one of them. It has one of Aphex Twin's songs, and it's all beat matched too. So later on, when the space is over, if you guys want to click on the link up there and check out the full audiovisual performance. This was taken at the airport of Chicago, in between flights. And yeah, the invitation was to get people to take a little break, stop, relax, breathe, chill.
Yo, this is so good. That is so cool. That's at Chicago? Yep, okay.
Yeah, that's in one of those schools. It's like right now I just actually went to Mexico City like a couple weeks ago, and I had a stop at the same airport, and right now they're fixing it. Like the lights are not working, everything is off. I think they were doing maintenance, but it's one of the coolest art installations within airports that I've seen. So I wanted to also, have that as a background and sort of highlight it.
That is awesome. Well, we do have about 5 minutes till Gucci Toe for Lucid Dreams, and he is going to be live. So I will have to cut this when he gets live. So we have a bunch of people in world, probably going to go down to the first floor to the screen. But wanted to just throw that out there. But this has been a great conversation. I appreciate everyone who's come through and has come through to these spaces. It's much appreciated. And just want to say special thanks to Dollhouse and to the Baby Dolls for putting this event together, and for last night's event. It's really special. That was a really powerful moment with Henny. I think we all felt it And that was one that has been resonating with me today. It's been on my mind today. But just to see the community too, all in the chat, and to have that, again, shared experience with others where we're all like feeling this together. Yeah, there's just moments like that. And you guys are talking about meta memories and going down memory lane, and watching some of this old content too. And that's why I like to do it, because it is documenting something here. And I do think we have something really special. And I'll say, like, it's the people that make it. You know, we can make anything, whatever vibe we want to make it. So it is all about the vibe at the end of it. It's the energy you're giving, and wherever that energy is being had, it's whatever you bring to it. Decentraland's whatever you bring to it. We've got old guy here. You know, I'll say to what I said yesterday about people bringing their energy to this and bringing their imagination to this space. And we're seeing that here. I think we all brought this certain energy to this event, and to hear Kat and others, you know, feel that when they come into an event like this, it's palpable, and we feel that. And when you have these live streams, and I'm really looking forward to Gucci Toe, because he always, just every set is different. I've seen, you know, now week in and week out of Gucci Toe, and I can tell you not one of those is the exact same. Like, they are all different visually. They're all different with sounds. I am such a Gucci Toe fan, diehard Gucci fan. Again, haven't seen him in person, but it feels like I'm seeing his music, and that effect, you know, I didn't want to lose either at this event, because music is that wellness. And I think it's something, like, I listen to music every single day. I wouldn't have written my novels if I didn't listen to Ludovico Einaudi. I wrote every single word of my book to Ludovico Einaudi. I've seen Ludovico Einaudi live too, and I would love to be able to tell him, like, I'm getting a little emotional, but music is very powerful. And what Henny said yesterday was very powerful and resonated very strongly. I'm sorry. But
anything is
y'all.
Possible. That's
Anything
all y'all
is
need to know. Anything is possible, and yeah, that's awesome.
No, I have a lot of love for that, and no, I've thought about it a lot, but it's real, man. It's real, and I love y'all, for real.
Aww.
Yeah, I love when Bleace says, like, you know, say it while you have the ability to say it. Like, honestly, guys, like, if you feel it, like, express yourself. Like, don't keep that stuff bottled in. So, like, your words, like, are powerful, and so definitely don't be afraid to, like, speak your mind and be yourself, because the more you hide, the more the worse you'll feel. You'll not feel authentic. Like, nothing will feel right. So if you're living 100% your true, genuine self, that's really, like, the best thing you could do for yourself, and for, honestly, anyone around you too. Like, the connections will be more authentic. You won't feel like a fraud. You know what I mean? When you're talking to people, you're like, you will actually connect with your, like, real self. So yeah, definitely. Yeah. Just seeing Bleace get emotional, like, yeah, this, it touches people, like, in a way where it really is, like, affecting, you know, our emotions, and we do feel deeply. So that's the artist soul, though, in us. When you're creative, I do feel like your emotions are on, like, 1,000 at all times. So yeah, this is a nice space.
And we're water signs too, so can't help it.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get to lucid dreaming, guys. I love that. I love Gucci Toe. Great performer. Actually, great visual artist as well. I won his NFTs before. So cool. But yeah, I love that the name's Lucid Dreams because I asked Bleace to do something with me the other day. He's like, I can't have this lucid dream thing later. So, it's kind of like you can tell people that. But yeah, let's enjoy the night. I thank you everybody for coming through and just hanging out in Wellness Week. We have one more day tomorrow, and have a great night.
See you guys in the metaverse. Have a good night, everyone.
Let's keep dancing.
Much love. Much love.
Let's get it, Gucci
Night.
Toe.
Bye,
With that whole
PB.
toe in
Thank
it.
you.